Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. I welcome all the students of class 3rd to the online class of St. Joseph's Academy, Madhyam Nagar, Ghaziabad. Today we will read English Mulberry of class 3, chapter number 6, Tucket the Bucket, part 3. In the previous videos, we have discussed the chapter and solved the question answers given in our book. And in today's video, we will be discussing the exercises given in our book. So students, let's get started. This is word wall which is given in our book. Now let's look at the question. So the heading is synonyms. Synonyms means words that have same meaning. So we have a list of words given to us. The words are sad, happy, little, good, tiny, unhappy, wonderful, and cheerful. These are the words. And we have some pictures given to us. These are the 4 pictures that are given to us. Now we have to write 2 words with the similar meaning under each picture. So in the first picture, we can see that the boy is not happy. It means that we will write the word sad because sad means when someone is not happy, and unhappy also means when someone is not happy. So happy and unhappy. These are opposite words. So in the first picture, we will write sad and unhappy. Now looking at the second picture, we can see that there is a girl given in the picture and she is smiling. So we can say that she is happy. So we will write the word happy and then we will write cheerful. So under the second picture, we will write happy and then cheerful. Coming to the third picture where we can see an elephant, a baby elephant. So we will write the word little because this is a baby elephant, means it is little, it's small, and another word we can use for little or small is tiny. So the words that we have here, we will write little and then we will write tiny. Now coming to the fourth word. Now the fourth picture is that of a hand and someone is denoting something. The hand is denoting something. So we use this expression when we want to say that something is good or it is wonderful. So we will write the words good and wonderful in this given under the given picture. Now let's come to the answers. So the answers would be sad and unhappy, happy and cheerful, little and tidy, and at last wonderful and good. Now coming to the next part. So this question is animal sounds. Birds chirp. So birds make a chirping sound. Here are some more animal sounds. Match them to the names of the animals. So here we have a list of animal sounds and in the another column we have a list of animals. We have to match the correct one, the correct sound with the animal. Okay. So drone, bray, chatter, hoot, and coo. These are the sounds of different animals. And under the next column, we have the name of different animals. So the name of the animals are monkey, pigeon, owl, donkey, and beetle. So students, what we have to do? We have to write the correct answer in front of the given animal sound. So the first word is drone. Yes, it is the sound made by a beetle. So we will write beetle in front of the word drone. Second, bray. Bray is the sound made by a donkey. So we will match the word bray with donkey. Now coming to the third part, chatter. Yes students, I hope you know the animal that makes a chattering sound. Yes, very good. It will be monkey. So we will write monkey in front of the third word. And fourth part, hoot, we will write owl. And owl hoots. And last part, coo, it is the sound made by a pigeon. So we will write the answers in front of it. So students, as you are doing this exercise in your book, so you can write the correct number in front of the following words. But whenever you write it in your copy or you write it in your UTs or your exams, you have to write the answers in front of the given word. Okay? As I have written down here, now I will show you the answers. See students, these are the answers. Let me repeat the answers. Drone, it is a sound made by a beetle. Then bray, sound made by donkey. Chatter, monkey. Monkey makes a sound which is known as chatter. Then hoot, and owl hoots. So hoot, owl. And then last one, coo, it will be pigeon. Now students, we will move to the next exercise. Now students, our next exercise is grammar time. Here we have a heading, pronouns. So now we will study about pronouns. Words that show belonging. So words that show us that a particular thing belongs to someone. So the word that shows the belonging is known as a pronoun. So students, let's read the sentences. First sentence is, this bucket is mine. So there is an object, bucket, or we can say there is a thing that the sentence is talking about. The thing is bucket. And in this sentence, the word mine, which is underlined here, it shows that it belongs to which person. So this bucket is mine. So mine means it belongs to me. Coming to the second example, this rose is ours. So this rose is ours. Ours means it belongs to us. Now, so mine and yours, the words that are underlined, these are pronouns and they are used to show that something belongs to someone. So this bucket is mine. In this sentence, it tells us that the bucket belongs to me. And in the second sentence, this rose is ours. It tells us that this rose belongs to more than one person. So we have used the word ours. Now, coming to the next part, we can use pronouns to show that something belongs to someone. These pronouns are called possessive pronouns. So such pronouns that tell us that a particular thing belongs to someone, these are known as possessive pronoun because it tells us who possesses the thing. If I say this pen is mine, it means that it tells you that this pen belongs to me. So now let's look at the given words. Mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours and theirs are all pronouns that show that something belongs to someone. So all these words, they show that something belongs to someone, that someone possesses a particular thing. So such words are known as possessive pronouns. Now let us look at the example given here in the picture. Here we can see three children. They are in the park. They are playing with the ball. So one girl is having the ball and she says, the ball is mine. What do we know from this sentence? That this particular girl who is wearing an orange top, the ball belongs to this girl. So she says, the ball is mine. And looking at the second sentence, the ball is yours. So when something does not belong to you but it belongs to another person, you always use a pronoun yours. Okay. Now looking at the third example, the ball is hers. So the second girl tells that the ball is yours because she is talking to that girl. But the third girl, she is talking with someone and then she says the ball is hers. Because she is not talking to the girl, so she is telling her that the ball is hers. Now, coming to the next example. Now, the boy in the middle is indicating or is denoting towards the two children and saying the ball is hers when he is talking about the girl, and when he is talking about the boy, he uses the word his. So he says the ball is his. It means that whenever we are talking about a girl or a woman, we will use hers, and if we talk about a male, we will use his. Now coming to the next picture, the ball is ours. So there are two people. It means the noun is plural because there are two in number. So what will they say? The ball is ours because it belongs to both of them. And next, two other children, they indicate the ball and say the ball is theirs. So when it belongs to someone and they are plural in number, so we will use theirs. Let's quickly read the sentences. The ball is mine. You will say this when something belongs to you. The ball is yours. You will say this sentence and use yours when it belongs to someone else. And third, the ball is hers when you are not talking to the person who has that thing. You will say the ball is hers. Now if you are talking about a boy, you will use his, and if you are talking about a girl, you will use hers. If you are talking about more than one person, you will use ours or theirs. If it belongs to someone else, then you will use theirs. But if it belongs to you and some other person, you will say ours. Now, coming to the next part. So students, here we have question number 1. Match the columns in the table given below. So here we have two different columns, column A and column B. There are 6 sentences given to us. We have to match column A with the correct sentence given in column B. So the first sentence is, the balloons belong to me. So here is the word me, and we will say the balloons are mine. So we will match it with this sentence. Now coming to the second sentence, the balloon belongs to you. So it will become yours. And we will write, the balloons are yours. Next, coming to the third part, the balloons belong to her. So her will change to hers, and the answer would be, the balloons are hers. Then coming to the fourth part, the balloon belong to him. So him will change to his, and the sentence would be, the balloons are his. So this will be the fourth part. Now let us come to the fifth part. The balloons belong to us. Us means one is the person who is speaking the sentence, and then we have one more person. So us will change to ours. So this would be the fifth part. The balloons are ours. This would be the fifth part. And now the last one. The balloons belong to them. So them will change to theirs. So the answer would be, the balloons are theirs. So students, this is how we will match the columns. Now, whenever you are solving a match the following question, you have to write the correct sentence in front of it. So now we will write the answers in the front. Now we will look at the answers for question number 1. So students, now I have written the answers in front of the given sentence. So the first sentence, the balloon belongs to me. It will change to, the balloons are mine. The second sentence, the balloons belong to you. It will change to, the balloons are yours. So you will change to yours. Next, the balloons belong to her. Her will change to hers. So the sentence will become, the balloons are hers. Next, the balloons belong to him. So it will change to, the balloons are his. Next part, The balloons belong to us. This sentence will change to the balloons are ours. Now, coming to the last part, the balloons belong to them. This sentence will change to the balloons are yours. Question number 2. Complete the word web with the words mine, yours, his, hers, ours and theirs. So students, here we will look at the question, and according to the question we will write the answers for it. Okay. So students, looking at the first sentence, first we will discuss this sentence. So the books belong to me. So here the word me is used, which will change to mine. So the new sentence would be the books are mine. Next, we will look at this sentence now. The books belong to you. So you will change to yours. So answer for this part would be yours. Now we will look at this sentence. This would be number 3. The books belong to us. So here the new sentence would be the books are ours. Looking at the next sentence, this would be the fourth one. The books belong to her. Her will change to hers, H-E-R-S. Now looking at this sentence, the books belong to him. The books are dash. So him will change to his. So we will write H-I-S, his, in the given blank. Now we will look at the last sentence. This is the sixth one. The books belong to them. So students, them will change to theirs. So we will write theirs in the given blank. The books are theirs. Now students, we will look directly at the answers. So now here are answers written in the given space. The books belong to me. The books are mine. So the word me will change to mine. Next, the books belong to you. So you will change to yours. And the sentence will become the books are yours. Looking at the next sentence, the books belong to us. So us will change to ours. And the new sentence would be the books are ours. Next, the books belong to her. So her will change to hers. And the new sentence would be the books are hers. Now coming to the next question. The books belong to him. So him will change to his. And we will write the books are his. Now coming to the last part, the books belong to them. The books are dash. So them will change to theirs. And the new sentence would be the books are theirs. So students, now we have completed this exercise. Now we will move to the next exercise. Students, now we will read about apostrophes. So, when we want to show that something belongs to someone, for example, if a book belongs to a girl, we will say the girl, and then we will make an apostrophe sign which looks like this. And then we will add S to it. So let us look at the example. Here we want to show that the rose belongs to the girl. So we will write the girl's rose. Similarly, we will look at one more example. The gardener's rake. So rake is a gardening tool and it belongs to the gardener. So we have written gardener with an apostrophe S. Okay. This shows that the gardener possesses the rake. The rake belongs to the gardener. So we use apostrophe when we want to show that something belongs to someone. So when we want to show that something belongs to someone, we use an apostrophe S sign for that. Now students, here we have an exercise. First we will do this exercise. Look at the pictures and combine the words. Combine the group of words using apostrophe S and other words you may need. So here we have some pictures like this. Here we have these 6 pictures and then we have some words given to us. So we will combine the group of words, we will combine these words and then we will use an apostrophe S and some other words if we need, okay? Now students, we will look at the picture one by one. So the first picture shows us that there is a little girl, Shelly, and her grandmother is sitting beside her. So the words given to us are Shelly, grandmother's story. Now we have to make a sentence using these given words. So we can write Shelly's grandmother reads a story. Now, looking at the second picture, the words given to us are pat, balloon, pink. So we can write a sentence, Pat's balloon is pink. Students, now we will look at the C part. Dog, ears, long. So we can write a sentence, the dog's ears are long. Now we will look at the fourth picture, part D. The words given to us are boy, sand castle, big. So we can write a sentence. The boy's sand castle is big. Now we will come to part E. Girl, toy, car, fast. So we can make a sentence. The girl's toy car is fast. Now coming to the last picture. Many brothers swing. So we can write the sentence. Minnie's brother is on the swing. So we can complete these sentences like this. Now we will move to the next part of the exercises. Pronunciation. So students, here we have to use the sound TR. So here are some words given to us. We have to try to speak those words. So the first word is trip. We will say trip. Then troll, trap, then trim, trick, tree, string, true, track, trunk, train, and try. So students, we will again repeat these words. Trip, troll, trap, trim, trick, tree, string, true, track, trunk, train, and try. Now, we will come to the next exercise, which is under the heading Write Well. Here we have a question, paragraph writing. So, as we have read in the story that the garden was a special place for Tucket. So, here we have to write a paragraph about a special place of your own. So, we will write a paragraph about our special place. So, how we have to write it? First is the topic sentence. We will write about the special place and why do we go there. Then we have to write the ideas on the given sentence. So we will write more about the place and at the end we will write the ideas on the topic sentence, that why do we like a particular place. So students, we will write, the terrace is my special place. I go there when I am alone at home and feel lonely. It has many plants and flowers. It also has a beautiful view as I can see the playground and park from there, and looking at the children playing in the park makes me feel happy. I like my special place because I feel very happy there. I wish to go there daily and enjoy in the evening time. So students, you can write any sentence, any paragraph of your own. So this was the answer to the question. Now It's our homework time. So students, first you have to do all the exercises in your book. Then you have to write the paragraph. You have to do the exercise paragraph writing, which is given on page number 80 in your English Mulberry copy. So now we have completed. Students, I hope you enjoyed this session. See you in another video. Till then, keep learning and be safe. Thank you.